So it looks like that's what our radar is depicting right here, is that mid-level rotation.
There you go. You see it? There you see it.
Yeah,
now it's on the ground.
That's on the ground.
It's going to go, if it doesn't lift, it's going to go into more. And right now it is red line, center line for more. You folks,
this is the early stages of this tornado right here. You can see it right here moving to the east.
Massive tornado right now. I can hear the roar, and we got to get out of here soon.
This is just incredible and unfortunate, because there's going to be a lot of damage produced by this tornado as it keeps tracking.
You are living in more. This is going to be moving in your direction.
But this storm is definitely increasing. I'm picking up like some 60, 65 mile an hour inflow coming on it. So
I would go ahead and get underground right now. Violent tornado.
We're talking about these areas. You can't be in an interior closet or bathroom. Don't lose your life. Go get away from it or go below ground. Storm cellar, basement, or safe room. It's the only option you have. This is all heavy debris.
Under the direction of the Cabinet Secretary of Transportation, we began developing a strategy. Once we saw it, we knew there was going to be a response needed.
Shortly after the tornado had passed through Moore, we were contacted by the director of the authority, Mr. Tim Stewart, placing us on a high alert for assistance.
I got that call that night from Mark Kalka, the director of maintenance, to start calling my guys, getting some 10-wheelers, loaders and stuff, equipment together, and we deployed the next day.
When I first learned about the tornado, I was coming home from off vacation, driving down I-40, coming back west into Oklahoma City.
When I first heard about the Moore tornado destruction, I was at home, and I had watched it on the news channel. It had just happened. And I think we had just got off work, actually, when it hit Moore, and then didn't realize it was that bad until later that evening.
I had got a phone call that evening through my supervisor. It was that Monday evening, I think, and he asked me, was I back? And I told him yes, and he said, we got an emergency phone call that we would have to come to work and help the victims out.
I first got the call from OTA around, I think around 10:30 or 11 that night, that we were going to send people the next day.
We drew from the Turner, the Kilpatrick, and the H.E. Bailey to start with. And then as we ramped up our effort, we brought in crews from the Cimarron and the Will Rogers Turnpike. I was overwhelmed by the number of volunteers later in the week.
Everybody just had a good attitude. You know, we wanted to help. That was our job, to come in and help. Even when we was just sitting for a minute or two, we wanted to help. You know, after work, we wanted to help. You know, all the guys came together, different turnpikes, but we all won, and we just wanted to help the victims some more.
These officers doing door-to-door searches. It is absolute chaos down here.
All around, 360 degrees around where I'm standing, all the homes literally leveled to the ground.
Destruction everywhere. I mean, countless number of homes are done. They're gone.
I had to hold on to the wall to keep myself safe because I didn't want to fly away in the tornado.
We had to pull a car out of the front hallway off a teacher, and I don't know what that lady's name is, but she had 3 little kids underneath her. Good job, Teach. You can see her ripped our house up. I still got a little girl buried there, so I mean, I gotta go.
It is, I've never seen anything like this in my 18 years covering tornadoes here in Oklahoma City. This is, without question, the most horrific
storm. Mike Morgan says that, in his opinion, it was 3 times more intense than that tornado that struck this same general area May 3rd, 1999. He said this storm was 20 miles long, 2.5 miles wide.
if you guys can see this, I don't know how to explain it, how to describe it. This is terrible.
It was, it's unlike anything I'd ever seen. When I first got to the scene, I'd never seen anything like it in my life.
I seen the May 3rd tornado when it come through, some of the devastation there, but not to the scope of what we seen when we got into the neighborhoods.
Being from Oklahoma, you've seen tornadoes quite a bit. You've seen a lot of it, but nothing like that. It was almost amazing how much it tore up and how destroyed it was where it went through.
The destruction was apparent the minute that they drove into the neighborhoods.
We started rapidly encountering family photos, a wedding picture, someone's grandchild, and those photos they'd start bringing back to me or some of the other supervisory folks that were there, and said, what do we do with them? We started pulling those together and keeping those and trying to hand those off to an area that we're going to display a lot of that personal information.
They were very sensitive to the people that had lost. They realized that they were removing people's lives and their belongings, and they maintained a very high level of professionalism.
When you got down there, it didn't seem like anybody was more important than anybody else. You know, everybody was down there for the same effort to help people that needed help.
Everybody, every morning, you know, we made sure the drivers, you know, had a positive attitude. You know, we had a prep talk, you know, every morning. At the end of the day, we had a prep talk and everything, and everybody was just willing to pitch in with a positive attitude.
You didn't go hungry, you didn't go thirsty. They made sure you was all right when you was there.
I thought it was wonderful that, you know, Mr. Kalka and Mr. Stewart made decisions to send people into the zone and help them out. It was a really good feeling to go give back to people that needed it.
People cared. People were interested in them and interested in helping them. I think it spoke volumes to those communities that we were touching, and quite frankly, it spoke volumes to our own guides.
The Oklahoma Turnpike Authority has a lot of great employees, and they're professionals.
We have a team philosophy in the maintenance division. Our employees are very caring and willing to help out in times of need.
They're smart, they're respected, and they felt important down there and humbled on what we'd done, that we could help people in that situation.
From that event, you saw a sense of teamwork, kinship in our own crews. Hated to have to be there, but from that, I think we even grew stronger as an organization.